Today we are going to show you how to cut plexiglass using a jigsaw. Plexiglass is known to be quite durable compared to glass. But that notwithstanding, if there is too much stress on it, it could break. The best way to cut plexiglass is to use a laser. However, if you do not have a laser, the jigsaw is a good substitute. This is particularly good if you are going to make curved cuts. Jigsaws are power tools, therefore, you need to be careful while using it to cut plexiglass. Let's begin. 1. Safety first. Start by protecting your eyes. This is an important safety measure to take. Also, place the plexiglass on a surface that is wide enough for it. Your work could be ruined if it falls off during or after cutting. There is also the risk of injury if not properly placed. 2. Preparing the plexiglass for the cut. Use masking tape or painter's tape to cover the line to be cut. Draw your cutting line on the tape. This will protect your plexiglass from splintering or chipping away. If the plexiglass comes with plastic protection, then you do not need the tape. The plastic covering will protect it. The final preparation is to clamp the plexiglass if the type of cut requires you to do that. But if it is not clamped, you are going to have a tough time holding it in place. 3. Choose the proper blade. The jigsaw has different types of blade. This is the reason it is suitable for cutting various materials. You need a blade that is shallow and has fine teeth. If the blade's teeth are coarse, the cutting will have a jagged edge. The best blade to use is a 10 teeth per inch blade, 10 TPI. The blade must be a bi-metal blade. Do not use a metal blade that its teeth are too fine. It can clog, heat up, and melt the plexiglass. 4. The first approach with the saw. Make sure the saw blade is at a high speed before you make a cut. The high speed will help it to glide into the plexiglass easily. Avoid pressing too hard on the plexiglass when you are making the cut. This can make it to melt, burr, and most times break. If the blade is not at a high speed, it will not make a good cut. This can cause pressure breakage. 5. Start with a rough work. If you haven't used a jigsaw before, it is good you do some rough work. Get a small piece of plexiglass and practice on it. This will help you understand how free or tight the cut will be like. 6. Cut with momentum. You need to start the cut with some momentum. Jigsaw has the problem of jamming up during the cutting process. 7. Avoid melting the plexiglass. If you are not careful during cutting, plexiglass can melt. This is because it is made of plastic material. To avoid this problem, cut steadily. You must maintain an average speed, not too fast nor too slow. If you go too slowly or stop while cutting, there will be a buildup of heat. This can cause smaller particles around it to melt. Also, cutting too fast might cause the plexiglass to break. How to prevent plexiglass breakage. One of the ways to prevent breakage is to use a cooling lubricant. Apart from lubricating the plexiglass, it will also cool its temperature. This makes cutting easier. In the absence of a cooling lubricant, water can be used. It will not make the cutting easy as the lubricant does, but it will help to cool the blade. Finally, after cutting the plexiglass, use sandpaper to smoothen the edges. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also, drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details and visit our site, www.zimsaws.com for more awesome saw content like this.